I'm an American who moved to China. I think that living conditions in China are much better than they are in the United States. Now, I started coming to China in 2016. At that time, you might have been able to say that the United States was better than China. But I don't think that's true anymore. When I say things like this, many people challenge me and say that I just see the big cities or I don't know what rural life is like in China. I don't live in the city. I live in rural China. Traveled to other rural areas in China. I grew up in rural America, and nothing has changed there. Life in rural China has gotten much, much, much better. In fact, life everywhere in China has gotten better. But if you ask an American, they'll tell you that life in America has gotten worse. China has invested in infrastructure to benefit everybody over the years. The United States has not done this. We don't even have high-speed rail. Most cities do not have bus service or subways. Roads are not safe enough to ride scooters. You know, I'm sure they exist, but I've yet to see a pothole in China. Potholes in America will break your car, and they never get fixed. I just got tired of the crumbling infrastructure.
One thing that a lot of Americans take for granted is how easy it is for us to relocate to other countries compared to, people who don't come from America. And I think the reason this is because, America is like the top economy in the world. So for us, it's like an American can move to a country that's less rich, and it's easier. It's easier to go from rich to less rich. But if you come from like a less rich country, it's more difficult to go from less rich to more rich. So it's kind of like an unfair advantage that us Americans have, in that we're able to move around so quickly. Like, I can live in pretty much anywhere in the world I want to, no problem. And that's a luxury that most people on this planet do not have.
For the typical American, there is a lot of confusion about what life is truly like in China. When I tell them how modern the cities are, people are shocked. When I tell them about how low the prices are, people are shocked. Less than $4 for a Michelin recommended meal. This round trip subway trip cost me 2 yuan, which is 28 US cents. For my 3-bedroom apartment with a balcony located downtown Chengdu, my rent is $556 per month, but my job pays half of that as a benefit, which means I only pay $278 a month for my apartment. Each month, I think I spend approximately $75 on groceries. The quality of my lifestyle in China is much better than the quality of life I had living in the US. My name is Elise Lightyear. I'm 35 years old and I moved to China in 2019.
Hello guys, welcome back to Charo React. So today we're reacting to a video that's been getting a lot of attention online. It explores why some Black Americans say they're choosing to move to China, and whether life there offers better opportunities than what they are experiencing in the United States. We watch the video together, hear their experiences, and talk about the point they are making along the way. So let's get into it.
I'm an American living in China, and I'm about to show you how safe it is in China. Check this out.
You can go into convenience stores like this and there's literally nobody working in here and nobody steals anything. You can go get what you want from here, get a nice little M&Ms or I don't know, some Mentos, a Dove bar, get whatever you want. When you're done shopping, you just bring it right up here, pay by yourself. Nobody is working in here, nobody does anything, nobody steals anything. It's all based on an honesty policy. You pay for your stuff, and you go, voila. Literally, nobody working in there.
Not only that, you'll see like the scooters and the bikes are just left on the sidewalks and nobody's gonna take them.
You see these scooters? None of them are locked up. Well, that one's actually pretty sick, dude. I don't know what that is, but this bike is just sitting there. In America, this thing would get picked up and brought home, dude.
Maybe the punishment fits the crime. Maybe they just have a different mentality. But all I know is you could walk around at 4 a.m. in the morning. You don't have to worry about anything. I know this sounds bad, but America, we should take a lesson on this.
Hi, I'm an American who moved to China, and I'm documenting my first 30 days in Beijing. So one of my all-time favorite things are these bikes. You can find them anywhere, and all you do is you take your phone. There's like 3 apps that aren't even related to the phone. They're just like apps you use for other things like takeout or Alipay, which is used for like a lot of services here. That's how I pay my utilities for everyone that's been asking. But yeah, so you find the bikes wherever, and then you can leave them wherever, and it never costs more than a couple kwai, which is like less than $1 to go an hour, 2 hours. I know a lot of other cities in Europe or the US have these, but they typically, like in New York City, you can spend 20 bucks on a city bike very quickly. And also you can only like dock them in certain places. I still love that culture, but it's just way more affordable here and super convenient with like where you can drop them and how easy it is to rent them.
In the United States, I was miserable, broke, starving, hungry, depressed, and then I moved to China and my whole life changed overnight. I feel like I'm living in the future. I can't believe I ever didn't live in China. If you're thinking about moving to China, you should move to China. It'll be the best thing that ever happens to you, probably. Do you know how clean it is here? How safe? I can afford to live for the first time. I fall asleep stress-free. Move to China, bro. You're not going to regret it. People seem really happy when they move to China. Should I move to China? Nah, that's all propaganda. You don't want to pay attention to that. Propaganda for what? For China, obviously. China's not trying to recruit people to move there right now, though. It's actually like kind of hard to move there. You have to get a job like teaching English or something first. Why would they be doing propaganda for something they don't even really want right now? It's just like general propaganda to make you think China's cool. You don't think some people just think China's cool? No. How could China be cool? Everybody's poor there and dying. And they work 300-hour work weeks in sweatshops starting at the age of 3 years old. And also they're committing genocide constantly against everyone in super secret ways that we don't see. But if you Google drone footage from an unverified source on Facebook, there's a map, and I can draw on the map for you where the genocide is happening probably. So, yeah, those people are all lying. That's propaganda. Okay, you know everything you just said isn't true, right? What are you talking about? Of course it's true. Winnie the Pooh is illegal in China because he looks too much like Xi Jinping, the dictator. Okay, Winnie the Pooh is not illegal in China, and they're not doing secret genocides of everybody. That's like Donald Trump level conspiracy theory stuff. In reality, China's GDP when adjusted for purchasing power parity is higher than the United States. They have a 90% home ownership rate. They have a higher minimum legally allowed work age than the United States and a lower retirement age. They work on average a standard 40-hour work week, just like us, but they get a massive amount of legally required paid time off. In the United States, there's no legally required paid time off for comparison. And in general, they're doing a lot better than we are here. What are you talking about? Look at all this stuff I found on the internet that backs up what I'm saying. Yeah, this is propaganda. All this stuff you found on the internet saying this, like, look, if you look at the sources, they're all funded directly by our government. Like, didn't you see our government passed these bills authorizing like billions of dollars in anti-Chinese disinformation and misinformation campaigns over the past like decade plus? Like, you can literally see us authorizing propaganda spending against China in our congressional records. Like, this is the propaganda, not like 12 dudes on TikTok saying they moved there and like it. None of this is propaganda. What are you talking about? Look right there. Look. Who funds that source? Google it. Google where they get their funding from. What does it say? Okay, Department of Defense, Congress, and the National Endowment for Democracy. So, National Endowment for Democracy is the CIA's NGO. The other one is literally our State Department and our Congress. See, that's propaganda. We don't know that means it's fake. Okay, I just want to make sure I understand this. You have documented evidence that the people telling you China is secretly evil and bad are all being paid by the US government to do that. And you have documented evidence that the US government is paying lots of money towards these anti-China campaigns as part of an explicit propaganda campaign authorized by Congress in congressional records. But you think maybe that's still somehow the truth. And the random people you see on your phone just filming their daily lives after moving to China, they're the ones all secretly lying, even though the Chinese government is not even trying to convince people right now to move to China. Is that correct? Yes. Exactly. Because I'm very intelligent. So. Okay, yeah. I really think I need to start looking to move to China. Fast.
It's currently 2 a.m. in Shanghai, China. And not only is there no one on the streets, but it's completely safe. Completely safe. I'm not worried. Is someone gonna come snatch me up? Someone's gonna come shoot? Someone's gonna be creeping around the corner being weird? Absolutely nothing. There are cameras everywhere. Hold on, let me get it. Can y'all see that camera? There are cameras everywhere. So nothing's gonna happen. There's a camera on every post, and China checks those faithfully. I feel so safe walking out here. It's well lit. I mean, this is the safety that China gives us. This is why we've been living in China, because it's just so safe.
I'm an American living in China for 7 years, and I'm not moving back to the States. After today's video, you will understand why. While prices in the States keep climbing, things in China have actually gotten cheaper. Food, tech, cars, and more. You could say that inflation here doesn't exist. I'm taking you with me today, showing you what things cost and all of the mind-blowing things that I experience on a day-to-day basis. And make sure to stick around until the end because I bought something in China that literally doesn't exist in the States. I don't know about you, but I'm starving. Let's go eat. You guys are in for a treat today because I'm taking go-to in China because that's the difference between the West and China. These places are for the people, not moneymakers. And it doesn't matter if you're Chinese or foreign, you get the same price because China wants the world to see this. I'm just getting started showing you how affordable China can be. I'm taking you with me to see a car now, and I'm sure it's gonna blow your mind. And we made it. My husband and I are in the market for a new car, and in China there are so many options. The competition is so fierce, but this car has stood out to us for one particular reason, not the crazy exterior or some crazy Napa leather inside or the tech. This one has an insane price. The cheapest model that you can get, or the most affordable one, is going to cost you around $5,000. In the States, that would be absolutely impossible. And if you go up to get a larger version, it will cost you about $8,000 to $10,000. So behind me is the $5,000 model. And then right next to it is the $8,000 to $10,000 model. Luckily, I shot this at the car show and I'm gonna show you guys some footage of it. Living in China, you have access to so many different cars, and any person within any income bracket can afford a car, which is absolutely wonderful. And that is because China controls the supply chain. They are able to make these affordable prices because everything that they need is in China, and also they have supply chain clusters. So everything is going to be in a very close proximity and they can easily get it from one place to another. Whew. It is too hot out there. Beijing summer is no joke. We are taking you guys to the next place, but in the car, there's something that I noticed that I really wanted to show you, and that is China's navigation systems. It's next level, and unlike anything I've ever seen in the States. Here we are. It will show you when you change lanes. It will show you if there's a camera where you need to make sure that you're going the proper speed limit. When you're at a red light, it will give you a countdown showing you how long you have to wait there, and so much more. Let me know where you live if your navigation systems look like this, because when I came to China and saw how advanced these systems are, I was blown away, totally blown away. When you're buying a bunch of cars in China, it's unusually quiet. Why? Check out this green license plate right here. That means this car and so many others on the road are electric. But oh my goodness, how is that even possible? Oh, I did find the one loud one. It's gonna be the motorcycle. How is that even possible when electric vehicles are so expensive? Well, that might be true in the States, but just like that car I just showed you for $5,000, electric vehicles are less of a luxury item and more of an everyday thing. I love it. It's so good for the environment, and all the different options you have for electric cars are just incredible. It's not just the cars that are electric, it's scooters, it's trucks. There's even a bus coming that is electric. They've got the green plate too. You see it back there? There it is. Insane. China is doing amazing things for the environment, and we don't talk about it enough. If you check behind me, you can see so many share bikes. These are going to be all over the city. People are replenishing them where they are needed. When you scan it, it's going to be about $1 when you scan. It is so affordable, and all you need to do is ride it where you need to go, park it, and boom, you're done. Malls in the States are not doing too hot, but in China, they are thriving. They are the places that you go to for everything that you need. Shopping, food, jewelry, entertainment, classes, kid stuffs. Malls are so kid-friendly. There are entire floors just for kids. When I take my kids to the mall, they are in heaven with all of the crazy things to do. Imagine if Amazon built a mall. That's what this place feels like. You can get anything under the sun. Robo-dogs, phones, pads, camera gear, chairs, air conditioners, robots for cleaning, baby stuff. The sky is really the limit. I can buy a phone or I can buy this. By the way, I switched to a foldable phone that just came out. It is the Vivo X Fold 6. This is my real phone. I got it in the ocean blue color because it's absolutely beautiful. For 1 TB, it cost $1,600 or about 11K RMB. If I were to get an Apple phone that was 1 TB, it would be way more expensive. Tech in China is so innovative, so next level, and the prices are so competitive. You don't have to get a phone like this. You can even get a phone for just a couple thousand RMB if that's what you need. I love that in China, for whatever you buy, there's going to be a product no matter what you make. If you guys want a dedicated video talking about this phone and more about what I'm using it for, let me know and I would be happy to do that. That is the end of this video. And if you guys like seeing more of my life in China, my daily life, please let me know, and there will be more coming very, very soon. Until next time, you guys, peace.
So far, the video is focusing on people who say they found a better quality of life after moving to China. That's an interesting perspective because everyone's reasons for relocating are different. Some people move for work, others for education, business opportunities, or simply to try a different lifestyle. One thing that stands out is the discussion about housing and affordability depending on where you live. The cost of housing can make a huge difference in your daily life. It's understandable why people compare different countries when making such a big decision. The video also touches on economic challenges in the United States. Rising living costs and financial pressure have affected many families in recent years. And those factors can influence where people decide to live. At the same time, moving abroad isn't an easy decision. It comes with languages differences, the culture adjustment, immigration requirements, and being far from family. What's most interesting is hearing first-hand experiences. Personal stories help us understand why people make these choices. Even though one person's experience won't necessarily be the same as someone else. Every country has its own advantages and challenges. My biggest takeaway from this video is that more people are willing to explore opportunities beyond their home country in search of a better future. Whether China or any other country is the right choice depends on each person's goals, career, finances, and lifestyle. So now I'd like to hear from you guys. Would you ever consider moving to another country for like better quality of life? If yes, where would you go and why? So drop your thoughts in the comment below, and thank you for watching. If you want more videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and likes, and join the family. So this is Sherry React. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.